let me fill you in the gap though, because I tell you what was really interesting is that yeah, Mum was getting pretty sick. I tried to get her to consider cannabis oil, and she didn't want to do it. And then when she was I didn't realize how sick she was when we finally agreed to do it. She was pretty bad. She was within, God, 3 weeks of her death. But you don't know. The weird thing is, you see this person and they're okay, and then they get bad, and then they go. And it's just like, you're not prepared for the chain of events. But she got to that point where it's like she would try anything. And she said, okay, I'll try the cannabis oil. So me and my dad were back at their house, and Mum was, she was in hospital at that point. She couldn't come home at that point. And he was like, how do we get this cannabis oil? And I was like, okay. Do you remember that cocaine problem I had? He was like, yeah. I was like, well, so I used to buy it on this website on the dark web. And you buy it with this thing called Bitcoin. And that's how we do it. And he was like, okay, I don't understand what that means, but what do you need? I was like, well, I need £600 for a Bitcoin.
It was £600 at the time?
Something like that, £500, £600.
Wow.
It was back end of December.
Like 2015 or?
Back end of 2016.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I went on Google, because when I was using the Silk Road, I was using local Bitcoins, and I went on Google and searched for buy Bitcoin. Up came this website, Coinbase, so I clicked on there, and I was like, okay, so I bought the Bitcoin. I went on the dark web, we bought the cannabis oil, it came about 3-4 days before Mum died. So she had it and she passed. January 12th. Gosh, I should remember this. I blocked these things out. January 12th, 2017. So I stayed at my dad's for a few days, and there was a little bit of Bitcoin left, and I was like, right, I'll just go back on Coinbase and sell it. So I went back on there to sell it, and then I saw this other thing, Ethereum. I was like, well, what the hell's this? So I was reading about that, and I Googled it, and there was like, whatever article I read convinced me this new wave of blockchain technologies are coming, and it's going to change everything. I was like, right. Well, I don't have a job. I've got money left over from this company. I'll buy some of this. So I went on. I basically sent I sent $5,000 to Coinbase and bought some Bitcoin and some Ethereum. And Ethereum was like $9.
Oh my gosh.
And then I was like, the next day I was like, I want some more of this. So I did it again. I ended up putting like $32,000 in, and then I bought loads of shit coins. And then that was the start of 17, and that's the start of this current, well, what was that, 4 years and 2 months ago, the start of this current wave, and
unreal.
this is history.